Hi and welcome back. So in the last video we worked on this example and we got all of our diagram down, and it was a 3-measure example that was in 5/4 time. And one of the things I really like doing, and I think it kind of works well for, I guess, the more cerebral side of music, which is probably, frankly, I guess what these videos are going to be good for. What these YouTube videos are going to be good for is going to be the more cerebral side of reading music. So part of the reason I'm covering rhythm so much, and I haven't yet gotten. I will be making a playlist, and I'm going to try to make a playlist to cover the most appropriate way to specifically learn the saxophone over the internet on YouTube. So I'm hopefully going to try to tackle that. But for right now, probably the best thing that we can cover that hopefully I can convey to you across YouTube is sort of this more mathematical, cerebral stuff. And one of the best things I think we did was this whole translation exercise, where we took something that was in this time signature and we just put it into another time signature. So let's keep going with that. So let's just take this and put this. Ooh, how about this? Let's take this exact example and let's try to put it into 3/4 time, because that'll work out fine because we've got 15 total beats, so we should be able to translate that great. So let's give ourselves another clef down here. Let's choose another. Let's say we've got 3 flats now. Now I'll just write this in. You don't. One second, I'm going to sneeze. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm not going to sneeze. Okay, so I'm going to write this with 3 flats, and it's okay if you don't understand completely what the whole flat and sharp thing means. I guess it's pretty messy. Let me do that again. So it's okay if you don't understand what the flat and sharp thing means. Mainly the reason I'm doing this is to get you used to looking at this on a page, even if we don't understand it quite yet, because I think we do understand the rhythm right now, even if we don't understand the clef or the key signature right here or the 5 lines. But I do want to get you used to looking at this, and I will explain what these mean in a later video. So I'm not going to leave you completely in the dark as to what this stuff means. So anyway, we said we were going to translate this into 3/4 time. Okay, and that's actually way too messy, and I can't undo it. So I guess we'll just have to live with it. So we're going to put this into 3/4 time. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw in our bar lines right now. So we know each group of 3 gets a bar line. So we have 1, 2, 3, then we have a bar line. Then we have 1, 2, 3, then we have another bar line. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, another bar line, then 1, 2, 3, another bar line, and then 1, 2, 3, and our final bar line. And it works out fine. So we've got 15 total beats, and 15 divided by 3 is 5. So we are going to have 5 total measures in this piece when we translate it, okay? So this first measure should be pretty easy. It's not like we have to break up anything. It's not like we have to put in note ties or anything to make this work out. We just bring these 3 beats down, right? All we have to break is this beaming, and that's easy to do. So let's go ahead and do that. So bring this down, dotted quarter, 1/8 note, then 2/8 notes. Actually I didn't mean to do that with the flag. There. 1, 2. We just beam those together like that. So all we're doing is we're going to break this beam over that bar line. That's all we're going to kind of split up for these 2/8 notes. It's not like we're going to have to tie them together or anything. So we've got 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2 is going to be this quarter note. And now what we're going to have to break up is this half rest, because the first beat, this half rest is pretty much straddling this bar line in 3/4. So let's break it up into 2/4 rests. So there's 1, and there is 2. Okay? And that's it. We're done with that half rest. So now we can move on to this half note, which we don't have to do anything to. We just copy it down here. So we just have a half note. Okay? Now moving on to this measure. And again, all this stuff just comes right down. Just do eighth note, then eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note. Okay? And now we've got one measure, which again, we don't have to split up anything for. We can just bring all of it down. Eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note, eighth rest, eighth note. All right. And now I'll just do our beat analysis real quick. So we're in 3/4, so we have 1, 2 in no man's land, 3 under this eighth note. Then in the next measure, we've got 1 under that eighth note, this first eighth note, 2 under the quarter note, and then we switch over to blue, 3 under this rest. And we start with the next measure, 1 under that rest, 2 under the half note, 3 in no man's land because we hold. And now the last red number we have is this beat 1 right here. And everything else is going to be blue because all the rest of these beats in this piece start on these eighth rests. So we do 1, beat 2, beat 3, make that a bit, sorry, beat 2, beat 3, beat 1, beat 2, beat 3. Okay, great. And now all we have to do is put in our arrows, which are just all going to be the same. They just all come straight down. So this should be pretty easy. Downbeat, hold, upbeat of 2, downbeat of 3, upbeat of 3, downbeat of 1, upbeat of 1, downbeat of 2, 2 beats of rest, downbeat 2, hold through 3, downbeat of 1, upbeat of 1. Now no more downbeats for the rest of the piece, just all upbeats. And there, we're done. Hopefully, I hope that you guys aren't distracted. I know my pen is kind of freaking out a little bit and leaving these streaks all over the screen. So hopefully, I think you should still be able to see. I'll try to figure out what the problem is and get it straightened out. But anyway, now that we're done with that, let's put on our metronome and play through it or sing through it. So now we're going to change our metronome grouping because we're in 3/4. We're going to change it to a 3-beat cycle and keep the tempo the same. So let's stick that right down there. So I know you'll probably not be able to see. Probably a little bit of the number will get cut off at the bottom, so I'm sorry about that. Actually, let me... There. Maybe that looks a little bit better. Hopefully it does. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Okay? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. 1 and 3 and 1 and 2. 2, 1 and. Okay? So, anyway, hopefully you found that useful. I know the last time I sang it on numbers. Maybe we'll do a few more examples. I know I kind of go off and on between singing it on ba and singing it on numbers. It's good to be able to do it both ways, and singing it on numbers kind of helps you figure stuff out as a tool. I'll do a few more examples where I do that, I think. Anyway, I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in future videos.